greetings from where I am in the world to wherever you are in the world, or the cosmos, if you're lucky enough to be in the cosmos. I've been asked by many people lately why some people are going through changes and other people aren't. Why some people are having ring in their ears and other people aren't. Some people are vibrating, they're not. I don't think it's a case all the time of that nothing's happening to you just because you're not experiencing these physical changes. Some people may just be more susceptible to understand, to feeling them, to maybe be more sensitive to their energy field, and it might feel like a physical thing and it might just be an energy body thing. So don't think you're not going through changes, because I think everybody at the moment is going through some kind of change, some kind of life enhancing change where they might just be deciding to give up their job or just suddenly become the person that wants to do kind acts to others. So everyone is changing. But the main reason I think that we're not all going through this ascension process at the same time is because if we did, the world would go mad. And I really mean that. For my experience of having 9 or 10 hours of complete and utter strong physical vibrations where I really felt like I was having some kind of seizure. If it wasn't for my friend going through at the same time as me, I would have been on the phone to an ambulance. So it is something that you have to make time in your life to do, and really be sure that you are in a place in your life where you don't need to be needed so much by other people. My friend that went through it's got a toddler, and she's really struggling because the energy is so high that sometimes you feel physically sick and you feel spaced out, and it's very mind altering, and trying to look after a baby at the same time as feeling these waves of strong energy is really difficult. So, I'm hoping she's going to keep on going and be okay with this energy change. I'm sure she will be. It wouldn't have happened if it wasn't meant to, but not everyone can go through this for that reason. Just because we need people around us who are grounded and who can keep us going and keep us in a place of normality. I'd keep thinking if everyone was going through this right now, then nobody would know what on earth was going on. We'd all be in some kind of trance state of just staring, and you wouldn't be able to drive or work, or the society would come to a standstill. So, and you'll understand if you're going through these weird changes, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's hard sometimes. I'm a very sociable, chatty person. I love going out and socialising, but for me lately I've been quite a recluse, because sometimes the energy is just so high that I feel I can't even talk to people. I can talk to people who I know understand what I'm going through, but I can't talk to people that don't, because I feel like I vibrate too high, and it's a weird feeling that when I'm standing talking to these people, I feel really trippy and strange, and and you do question sometimes, do I need to go and visit a special holiday camp, But because you watch other people going through the same thing, I'm lucky enough to have a friend going through it as well, and then somebody I know on YouTube, he just put a video up, and thankfully he said exactly the same things that I went through 2 weeks after I went through it. So that was again confirmation for me that it wasn't my imagination, and I wasn't having a stroke, and I am indeed going through some kind of transformation process. Transition to a 5-dimensional energy body is how it's been explained to me by my guides. But the other reason is that you may be coming from a position of fear, and everybody does like tomorrow to be the same as today. So if you have any fears about this energy being a negative energy, or scared about what this new energy might bring, where the world's going to end up, is it a bad thing, are we all going to end up, is it mind control by the government, who's putting this frequency out to make us all go robotic and be complacent? These thoughts have entered my head sometimes, yes, I'm admitting that to you now. But all in all, I thought, well, if that is the case, then they're doing a good job, because everyone that I know has gone through it just wants to be of service to others, and to love and to care for the world, and suddenly becoming compassionate about their garden, and wanting to do things for people, heal people, care for the people. So I thought, well, whatever it is that's happening, it's a good thing, because people are becoming kind and loving and gentle, and still with intelligence, and still with integrity, and still holding the values of what's right in society. Not what society is deemed as the norm, but what they feel is going to benefit society as a whole. So that can't be a bad thing. So releasing your fears is a number one step. Now, your fears also might come from religious indoctrination. A lot of mine as well were from that. I was always taught very young that only the Messiah could do healing, and us mere mortals couldn't do such things. And I now know that, well, I knew even then as a child that was not true, because I was always able to talk to spirits. I was always able to do healing. So that was wrong in my eyes, very young, and which made me turn my back on religion, because I don't believe it's just one person that can do, one God that can do all this. Everyone has the capability to do all this. So I'm distracted because one of my children is hovering near my door. But having to go through the middleman was wrong for me. I believe everybody can have access to higher energies and higher power. You don't need to go through a middleman. So that's why personally I turned my back on my religious background, because it was limiting. A lot of the stuff in the religious texts I read was very good morals, very good background, but also a lot of fear. Do this or you'll have the wrath of God, And I kept thinking, how can this all-loving God want to wrath you, want to do, punish you, put you on the naughty step? I thought he was all understanding and all loving and all knowing. So it clashed with my ideas of what a loving God would be like. And they always say, well, it's like a parent who would smack you. Well, I don't think we should smack children either. We're adults. We're bigger than them. It's abusive, But anyway, I'm not judging people's parenting styles at all. Just rewind, So getting rid of the fear that comes from your religious background or your childhood or your society is one thing you need to work through. And maybe those values don't serve you anymore. Maybe they have led you down a path in order to block you. Not purposely, but the way you've interpreted it blocks you. So maybe work through those blocks and think, am I scared to go through this because my book says it's bad? Do you feel it's bad? Do you feel? Religion has been a very, very important tool. It should have been a very, very important tool for everybody, because being in a religious establishment teaches us to look beyond ourselves. There's something bigger than us out there, something bigger than us to believe in, that's caring for us and loving us, and it's a loving energy, not something to be feared and cowered from. It's brought us to a place where we can be elevated up to believe in more than just us, more than just the 3D world we live in, that we can be more, we can accept more energy from God, we can live in the light of God or Allah or whoever it is you may worship. That it's brought us to a place where we need to be in order to take this next step, because these energies that are coming now are raising up our vibration, changing the way we think, changing the way we feel. And if we hadn't had that jumping board, the stepping stone to get us there, you wouldn't believe anything's happened to you. I don't know how you would quite get through this without having some kind of belief in a higher loving energy, because you might just think you were going mad, and that would be absolutely horrible to go through. So I'm there for anyone who is going through this right now. Just write to me and I'll talk to you what my guides have told me if you're interested. But get rid of any fears that you have. There really is nothing to be scared of. I lost all my fears and I accepted the energy, and I'm in such a place of love and light that I don't ever want to turn back now, because I can see a vision of a future that is so beyond belief, that everyone is in service to others. We all help each other, and we're all living in a lovely world of unity. So think about what I'm saying, if you want to think about what I'm saying, I'm not forcing you. And release yourself from any fear. I love you all very much. Please take a big hug and kiss from me, and I will see you in my next video. Namaste.